With WrestleMania 34 now in the rearview mirror, WWE superstars are wondering who's next. No, we're not talking about a Goldberg return, but the dreaded future endeavored season. Rumors have recently surfaced that the WWE is ready to make a number of releases, cleaning up their roster. But just who is on the chopping block, or just had enough with the WWE? Here are 13 wrestlers who will either quit or be released by the end of 2018. Number 1. Rusev Quits. While the WWE Universe seems to be happy with the idea that every day should be Rusev Day, WWE management has yet to get behind Rusev in a consistent manner, initially pushing him, only to feed him to John Cena both in 2015's WrestleMania 31 and last year at Battleground. The Bulgarian Brute has shown he can brawl with the best of them, as seen at last year's Battleground flag match against John Cena. But he counts the lights so much that he should be an electrician. Rumour has it Rusev has asked for his release prior to WrestleMania 34, but he appeared in the Fatal 4-Way for the US title, counting the lights for Jinder Mahal. Rusev's casket match with The Undertaker at the upcoming Greatest Royal Rumble was cancelled, reportedly because of comments made by Rusev to TMZ, saying, "Undertaker is a little bit in the past. I'll beat him so bad, it may be his last fight." Taker's wife Michelle McCool tweeted, "Had to listen to see if Crusher's old ass was actually said. Guess some people are smarter than others." Rusev's tweet, "Bury me softly brother," after the match was announced, likely didn't help matters either. Throughout the year, Rusev has tweeted a number of cryptic messages indicating he will quit WWE, with tweets such as, "Life is life, it'll be #Rusev Day somewhere." But it's been reported that the whole burial has been a work. And sources indicate the casket match will revert back to Rusev going one-on-one with the dead man at the Greatest Royal Rumble. However, some would say this match would be Rusev's literal burial. Number 2. Kane Quits. Glenn Jacobs' career has been slowing down over the last few years, but he's still got lots of gas left in the tank thanks to wrestling smart and avoiding injuries during his lengthy career. However, his current campaign to become the mayor of Knox County, Tennessee has fans wondering whether the Big Red Machine will hang up the tights should he be elected, particularly since he owns an insurance company. We can't help but wonder whether his speciality is fire insurance. Speaking of Kane's campaign, his campaign slogan, "Lighting the way for our future," has to have wrestling fans wondering whether this is a coincidence, a sly in-joke, or a cryptic warning about Knox County's future. With the election scheduled for this May, and Kane being pulled out of the Greatest Royal Rumble, we'll soon find out. Number 3. Dana Brooke, fired. Dana Brooke is a lovely lass to look at, but despite her efforts, she still has a long way to go in improving in the ring. There are just so many talented women competing for a spot in the WWE that Dana's shortcomings make her a top contender for being shown the door in order to make room for new talent. Number 4. Sasha Banks quits. The women's division has grown so much in the past 2 years that it's difficult for top talent to stay at the top, particularly when the WWE continues bringing in big names such as Asuka and Ronda Rousey. There's no denying Banks is a talented wrestler who has all the tools to succeed, but there's also no denying that for whatever reason, she's fallen into the WWE's pecking order. A pending feud with Bayley is unlikely to help Bayley, let alone Sasha, so don't be surprised if Banks asks for her release so she can work somewhere where she won't be lost in the crowd. Number 5. Mike Kanellis, fired. Mike and Maria Kanellis had fans excited about their entrance into the WWE, with Mr. and Mrs. Kanellis' overly romantic couple gimmick offering hope for fans who'd been entertained by their work in Ring of Honor and Impact Wrestling. Sadly, their WWE career got off to a bad start, with Mike taking time to battle painkiller addiction and Maria announcing she was taking time off due to her pregnancy. Maria is rumoured to be out for the rest of the year, and while it would look bad for the WWE to fire someone who just gave birth, the company may feel there's no use in keeping Mike Kanellis on the payroll while his better half is unable to work. Number 6. Mickie James, fired. Mickie James' return to the WWE in 2016 showed that she hadn't lost a step in the ring as she put on excellent matches against Asuka, Becky Lynch, Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax. Over the last year, she showcased her skills while helping getting over this generation's talent. However, James seems to have served her purpose of helping to build the careers of new stars, so don't be surprised if the WWE releases her. Just as it did with Rob Van Dam and the Dudleys a few years back, after they spent time putting over younger wrestlers. Number 7. Hideo Itami quits. This Japanese sensation saw his career snake-bitten, including a long but lackluster NXT run and lukewarm push on the main roster. Rumours have been floating around for months that he is upset with his treatment in the company, but there's no word on whether his WWE contract expires. Although Itami could sit out his contract, he could have a long wait, as Neville is finding out. Hideo will have no problem finding work elsewhere, but it's unlikely the WWE would want to release him and free him up for another company. Number 8. Dolph Ziggler quits. Yes, we did predict in 2017 that Dolph Ziggler would leave the WWE, and of course we were wrong. But even though Dolph was unhappy with the direction the WWE was taking with him, he still wanted to ride out the rest of his contract. Well, that time is coming to an end, with sources indicating his contract will expire in October this year. Justin Barrasso of Sports Illustrated reported early last month the WWE has in fact offered Ziggler a new contract worth $1.5 million a year, and rumours had surfaced Dolph had signed it. However, in an interview with WSVN TV, Dolph Ziggler was adamant that he had not signed the contract. In the interview he mentioned, "My father called me to congratulate me on my deal, that I had re-signed, and I said, 'What are you talking about?' It's fun to have internet rumours out there, but even if and when I do re-sign, I won't be like, 'Hey everybody, here's the details of this contract.'" Since he himself has confirmed that he hasn't signed yet, will Dolph pass on the new deal? Number 9. Apollo fired. There's no question Apollo Crews, now simply known as just Apollo, impressed the WWE during his time in NXT, with the company reportedly giving him one of the fastest pay rises ever for a new star since Kevin Owens. But in a story that's been repeated time after time, Apollo's success on NXT hasn't translated into success on the main roster. His singles career and rebranding as a member of Titus Worldwide has met with equal results. Bad. Titus Worldwide's tag team program with the Bar suggests the company has no plans for Apollo other than wishing him the best in his future endeavours. Number 10. Rhino fired. The Man Beast deserves credit for giving 110% to his WWE return, taking Heath Slater, a wrestler always one step away from being canned, and forming a quality tag team with him. That being said, Rhino's been on the scene since the mid-90s, and as surprising as his 2016 return to the WWE was, it will be more surprising to see him finish this year out in the company. Number 11. Curt Hawkins fired. Back when there was logic involving wrestling storylines, a losing streak could be a way to repackage a wrestler as they took on a heel manager or apprenticed under a more successful wrestler to learn how to win. Sadly, the WWE's use of losing streaks usually leads to a wrestler sliding even further down the ranks. Curt Hawkins' 0-150 losing streak in 2017 proved the WWE hasn't lost its touch when it comes to killing careers. His presence on Main Event only confirms many fans' belief that Main Event should be retitled The Future Endeavored Waiting Room. Number 12. The Ascension fired. We'll spare the jokes about being surprised the Ascension are still in the WWE and get to the point. The Ascension have one foot out the door and the other on a banana peel. The WWE has given Connor and Victor many chances to get over, and while the Ascension can't be blamed for their initially lousy push, they haven't done anything to get the fans interested. Their current pairing with Breezango is their last chance, so if this doesn't work, expect to see Connor and Victor setting up Demolition's autograph booth on the indie scene. And number 13, the Clones. Primo and Epico Cologne are a talented tag team in a company that unfortunately for the Colones has arguably never had so much talent. To their credit, the WWE has tried repackaging the duo to keep them fresh, but thus far, there's no reason to think their current incarnation as the Colones is any better than their runs as Primo and Epico or the Shining Stars. While the WWE Universe will always remember Primo and Epico's time as Los Matadors with mascot El Torito, those days are long behind them. Short of developing a tag team division on 205 Live, it's likely that this will be the Clones' last year in the WWE. Well guys, there you have it. 13 wrestlers who will either quit or be released by the end of 2018. Be sure to leave your comments down below on who you think will be quitting or releasing by the end of the year. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.